All right, this will be the quick review of episode 6 of The Mandalorian. I'm trying to not make them too in depth because I want to kind of give you like the Cliff Notes version of what I've thought and seen, so that way you get to enjoy more of the episode and also incentivize you to watch it as quickly as possible. Again, an excellent episode. I have not had an episode of the show so far be something that I did not enjoy, which is very rare. I usually can find, I try to stay positive and be positive, and even if I don't like an episode, you can tell I didn't like it, but I won't talk bad about it. I'll be just like, yeah, it was all right. That's not happened yet, and I hope that trend will continue. They've had some, now granted, I've had some episodes where I love much, much more than other ones that, episode 3 comes to mind. That one's still just, good Lord. But anyway, a good rebound from last week. Last week was a side quest type episode. Still served a purpose. Had the good callbacks. The oh my god moments. We're going back to Mos Eisley and Tatooine and stuff like that. Tatooine, sorry. And so that was really good. Now, as far as the story, it filled in small things. Now, episode 6, if anybody's thinking, oh my god, do we find out who that person with the cloak or the cape was at the end of episode 5? No, we flat out do not. So I think that was just a small tease to have something big this season finale. I believe that's going to be the antagonist for the season finale. And I do believe, after going back and watching the episode 3-4 times and reading some reviews, I do truly believe that's Boba for 2 reasons. It's an easy thing, but yeah, it's Tatooine. That's where we last saw him. I believe that he did get out of the Sarlacc pit. He was damn near dead when he did. It probably took a good long time for him to recoup, rebound, get his feet back on the ground, per se, and then get back into it, number one. So that's the easy call. The subtle call is Boba was well known in the comics and in the movies for when he stepped, you heard spurs as he stepped, kind of akin to cowboys in the Old West. When you go back and watch the episode, turn the volume up pretty high, and when that person is walking up to the dead bounty hunter, you hear the same spurs, and that's only came from one person, that's Boba Fett. So I think he's the oh shit season finale antagonist to the Mando, to go toe-to-toe with the Mando, because Mando's had some rough goings, but he's been able to win every battle so far. I think that'll be the one that really, I don't think he'll not win it, but I think it'll be he won't be in good shape after it. I'll just put it like that. The high points of this, it's another heist type episode. Like, the Mando keeps having to do any random job he can get a hold of that's not guild related, because basically he's like John Wick. He's excommunicado out of the guild, and plus the guild is now actively looking for him in any and all ways. So he's having to take like the shadiest of the shady jobs. So he does that, and basically they have to go on a mission to rescue somebody that they want out of prison. The only problem is he's imprisoned by the New Republic, which is Leia and the new Senate. So it's definitely not something that's very easy. So the Mando gets put in with a crew. Bill Burr, who plays the lead, merc on this crew, in real life is one of my top 3 most favorite comedians, flat out, of all time. I love him to death, but after this episode, he's going to be the most hated man in the world. He's already trending on Twitter because he on purpose to fuck with the Mando, to piss him off. He on purpose drops Baby Yoda. Let that sink in for a second. he drops Little Man, and Little Man hits the ground hard, starts crying. Nah, fuck you. No. Nah. At that point, you're like, nah. Nah, bro. No, because I've actively, the 2 times when I thought he was really hurting the show, like when Mando walks up at the end of episode, or towards the end of episode 3, to that trash container and sees the crib, I quit breathing for a second. I'm like, no, fuck, no. And in the end of episode 4, when that bounty hunter had a scope on little man, same thing. I quit breathing. I'm like, no, don't, no, don't you do it. So when he drops Little Man, no, fuck you. Anyway, I'm gonna quit ranting on that. But they do the job. Mando takes the job. They go and rescue this guy, this person, old member of the crew. The Mandalorian, again, I want you to see some of the action parts. So basically, I'll just say it that dropping Baby Yoda, they all paid the price. I'll just leave it like that. And they paid the price in I like it because the Mando kills when he has to, but when he doesn't have to, he doesn't. But he still enacts justice to those who need it. So I kind of like that. It's an elegant restraint. I'll put it like that. Kill when you have to. I truly believe that. Like if you're a bounty hunter, I know you got to kill when you have to, but the Mando shows restraint when needed, in like ingenious type ways, which I kind of like. If he was just a cold-blooded, straight-up murderer, you wouldn't have any emotion for the Mandalorian. He's not Boba Fett. Boba Fett is that. He's just a straight-up. He will murder for fun. That's kind of. Yeah, that's intense at times, but the character doesn't evolve at that point. The character is just going to be stagnant. Okay, Boba has no heart. He's just going to kill, and okay, great. But the Mando is intricate and layered and all that stuff. So that's why. So you'll see what I mean. Like some people die. I just put it like this: the necessary people die, and the other necessary people get what they have coming to them, which is good because he let them live, but they still have to keep paying a price, which to me was really cool. So the people who fucked up really fucked up, and they have to keep paying the price day in and day out afterwards, whereas in the other people he doesn't give a rat's ass about, they're just dead, straight up dead. So you will enjoy the episode. Also, at the end, you do see the X-Wings of the New Republic, which is wonderful. And the 3 X-Wing pilots are the directors of the show. First one is Dave Filoni, he made Clone Wars, he made Rebels, he directed 2 of the episodes of The Mandalorian, plus plus this cameo. The director of episode 3, and also she is the complete showrunner from beginning to end of the Obi-Wan series, is in the 2nd X-Wing. The 3rd X-Wing is, I believe, the director of episode 2, maybe? I think I'm getting it right. Yeah, 2. Episode 2. So, I thought that was a kind of a really cool add-on to the episode. So, that's it. That's a Cliff Notes version. You're going to see a lot more intricate details with the episode, but that gives you at least enough working information to know what to look for, what not to, what's going to happen and things like that, and that way you can get the most enjoyment out of the episode. So I will definitely see you next week.